Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of World of Law. If you enjoyed the series, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that little bell to be notified when I post again. And if you aren't doing this already, check me out on Twitch, Dungeons with Shepherd, link in the description below. Alrighty. So, we left off last time with you all meeting with the cult known as the Black Hand. After some clever deception, you infiltrated their ranks, excelled their ranks, and have basically taken over this sector of the cult for now, without them realizing it, and have focused their efforts in a different direction, aka you are going to go rob a small library with their help. Or just make them do it. I don't know. We're here to discuss that. So, you all arrive, you all meet up at the tavern known as the Fanciful Raven. It is early in the morning. There's very few people present, a few individuals eating breakfast, and you all begin to plan. And that is where we pick up.
Well, I'd like to thank you all for our first meeting. Hello.
I don't think they're there yet.
Oh,
Yes.
I meant you guys.
Yeah, is the
Okay.
cultist there yet, or is it just us so far?
No, the cultists are not there because I believe you said meet at nighttime.
It was sunset, I believe.
Sunset?
Yeah.
Close enough. I don't know. Is that nighttime? I don't know. Anyway,
It depends.
not in the morning. So, they're not here.
Not in the morning. Maybe the late evening.
So, they're not here yet. It's early in the morning. Yeah.
Hello. Welcome to the new management circle. We have some planning to do. Thank you all for coming.
This is your TED Talk.
Yeah. And today I'll be showing you how to make profit out of foolish religious organizations. But in all seriousness, we have a few tasks to accomplish before this evening. I see 3 points being the basically obstacles in this endeavor. 1. Someone to purchase our goods. 2. A method to acquire said goods. And 3. A spontaneous amount of cloning in upper management. I kid. Alright.
Wait a minute. I got that.
Yep. So, any questions?
Well,
What exactly are we doing with these people when the jig's up?
Well, to be honest, I hope to convert them to my faith, but that'll take time, and, I have to build a trust and a repertoire.
what if they decided not to do that?
Then-
Kill them.
Well, we won't really have to. When we, in a week's time, head to that meeting in the location well, to be honest, we'll get the location this evening easily. So, when we take care of upper management, they'll be leaderless, and to be quite frank, they seem rather low-skilled. So, if they don't convert over time, then quite frankly, they'll just become homeless people. The city seems to have an abundance of them.
Or we kill them.
I mean, we could. I just don't see the purpose behind it. They're really just people down on their luck.
It really depends on, if they become a problem afterwards.
I mean,
Really,
yes,
it's their choice. course.
But I just want to remind you, one of them's a 94-year-old man. They're really not a threat. They just seem like society's dregs.
Does it really make much sense or much difference if he dies now or, you know, rather soon anyway?
Logically, that makes perfect sense.
All you
Morally, I
fortunate
have
live
some
for a short time
objections.
anyway. Olmec shrugs.
All right. Well, so yes. Regardless, I don't think they'll become much of a threat in a week's time. But that's me. If you all have different opinions, I'd love to debate it.
Olmec is fine with this.
I'm okay with it.
I guess we're you know.
I guess we're in agreement.
All on board, I'm assuming.
Well,
It works for now.
All right. So, our first operation with these folks will be forming lucrative endeavors. Therefore, we need to find somebody to purchase our goods that we will acquire later today. Someone who won't obviously say they acquired these goods when certain people ask. Does anyone here know criminals, like professional criminals? You have a very fancy hat. That usually tells me someone is associated with criminals. That was directed at you, Talon. Not the Talon's hat icon. I know that's confusing.
Olmec's also wearing a hat, so
I think
Okay.
I'm the only hatless
Uh-huh.
character here. Actually gets an idea, starts writing notes. Potentially working with criminals already.
Wouldn't our recent recruits be familiar with potential fences in this town for such purposes?
You would think so, but apparently they seem really inept. Again, one of them was a 94-year-old man. None of them had any criminal experience, they self-proclaimed, so I think we'd have to be on our own for this endeavor.
Would the 94-year-old man not be aware of all individuals who have grown up in this town and thus be most seated in the criminal underground?
When
Would
I
he not
asked
be
him,
most aware of these relations due to knowing their parents?
when I asked him what the easiest location for a theft was, he said something along the lines of he likes pie. I am doubtful that will bear fruit in logical thinking. Then again, we are in a shady tavern. Perhaps we can ask the local patrons.
Indeed.
Alright, so that's of course for step 1. Step 2 is how we acquire the goods. I have an initial plan, but I would like to hear everyone else's thoughts and opinions first.
I've thought of several possible options. 1. We go underground. It would be a simple matter for me to tunnel underneath the library. There we could loosen up the floorboards from beneath, enter into the library from below, extract the goods, leave through the underground tunnel that we seal up on our way out, and no one will be the wiser. Alternatively, we could open a hole in the roof. I could set up my block and tackle. We could set up a harness on one of you, and I could lower you with the block and tackle through the roof. And without touching the ground, you could just hover over the bookcases and extract the books. And then I could reel you back up. Alternatively, we could walk into the front door, kill everyone that stands in our way, and take what we desire.
Does anyone else have a plan?
Preferably not going in and killing everybody.
Well, that's more of a preference than a plan.
It was simply one of 3 possible options. I did offer alternatives.
We could also just, with the fact we have a dozen people, distract everyone from looking at us while we steal the books, and then walk out with them in a crate.
This is a possibility. I could use the spell Fog Cloud to obscure us if necessary.
I feel that would cause more immediate concern than about a dozen people being distracting.
It would generally be used in a reactionary purpose should things go wrong.
Yes, we could frame the theft on vampires.
Or we could just leave.
And frame the theft on vampires.
Why not?
Perfect. The undead have had it too easy for too long.
Yeah.
All right, well. I feel this has been a rather productive meeting. Does anyone have anything else they would like to discuss? First,
How about the thing we're actually supposed to be doing?
oh,
About a
well,
week's time from
Yeah.
now.
yes, it's in a week's time, and I know the faces of, well, not the faces. I know the voices of the 2 people who will be heading there. So, quite frankly, after the heist, I just plan to make an excuse to tell them to tell us where the actual temple is. It's just the waiting game until then. Why not make money out of it?
I have means of extracting the information from them if necessary.
I imagine you do. I was just going to ask.
If necessary, I can rip the information from their minds.
Fascinating. Do explain how. In gruesome detail, I must take notes.
Olmec looks at you and you hear a voice in your head and he says, I have some means of manipulating the mental faculties of fleshlings. You hear this voice in your head.
So are you purely just able to communicate with someone telepathically? That seems rather limited to information extraction.
If I apply a significant amount of stress on myself, I can have the connection go the other way. Forcibly, if necessary.
Alright, well, as the saying it goes, do not tease a researcher with a good time. An example would be required.
Alright. I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts, I guess. I get 1 free casting of it, so I guess I'll, actually, no, I'll use the, no, I'll do the free casting for it. And I will look at a bar and say, think of a number. Any number.
Alright. So, what's the save?
Actually, for that, there is no save.
There's no
Any
save?
surface thoughts I can detect with Detect Thoughts automatically. It's only if I want to probe deeper into your memories that you have to make a save. If I'm just looking at what you're thinking of right now, Detect Thoughts has no save. And I can even switch targets. It's a really cool spell.
That seems busted, but okay.
Let me, I think I have the
You're right.
thing. Yeah, if you want to read the spell description.
You initially roll on the selfish thoughts of a creature. What is most on its mind
Alright.
in that moment. There's no save. Once you start probing deeper to try and get like deep thoughts and stuff like that, then they have to make a save.
Okay. Well, you get 3.14. And if you probe deeper, it's basically just going to be as much pie as I can find on Google.
Olmex just could tell you. The number is 3.14.
Oh.
You see Sufia pull out a wizard's hat and place it upon her head.
Oh, more hats. This one is clearly the superior criminal.
That is an impressive hat.
Yes, I actually replicated this item.
So,
What does it do besides look criminally?
and Olmec is going to switch to target Detect Thoughts to you because he can do that. So what are you thinking about as you are asked the question about this hat?
Well, if you're in my thoughts, you will know that this is a hat of wizardry. That
That's a good
with
one,
it,
by the
I can
way.
actually cast some spells.
One of the best common items in the game.
Oh, hold on. I got a call. Hold on.
It's okay, I already know what it does. You're good, man. Good item. Good choice. Excellent selection.
No, that's up to a minute.
Talon, is your hat magical?
No.
Would you like it to be?
All right, I'm back.
There you go.
Not really.
Fascinating. Makes note. You've been judged in some category, but it is unclear how.
Olmec makes a note of the vast array of cantrips that could potentially be at your disposal. He's like, yo, that's a cool hat.
It is. If I know the spell.
No, you don't have to know the spell.
I mean, yeah, I know. I realized I caught myself.
Okay.
Not that
Because you
I
access
know
everything,
the
I think.
spell. Out of character, I do have to make a DC check.
You have to make a DC 10 Intelligence Arcana check to successfully cast it.
Be that I'm an artificer. That shouldn't be much of a problem.
It'd be really rare for you to fail that check. It'd be kind of weird when you do. It's like,
You'd be
oh wow, that's...
surprised.
I mean, it can happen. But it's like a 5 or 10% chance tops. Because he gets like, what, +8? Something like that.
Yeah, and also it becomes a spell casting focus for any wizard spells.
Bueno.
So that's pretty much most of my spells. So yeah,
Well then.
I think since you're in armor, I think there's a way for you to use your armor as a spell casting focus for any spell on the Artificer spell list too. So you can just
You have a
roll
lot.
out.
You have a lot of spellcasting focuses.
Yeah, any tool as well.
You have
also
your
works.
tool as a focus. You have a lot of stuff that's your focus. Basically, if I try to take your focus, you have another backup. Easy peasy. There's no problem now.
Yep.
Alright, well, would anyone like to lead the discussion on trying to find a buyer for our goods?
Olmec's going to stand up and be like, well, while I'm still capable of reading some thoughts, he's going to walk up to the bartender and he's going to be like, Hello there. Are you aware of anyone who is a buyer of illicit goods?
You walk up to the bar, and the bartender, the tavern owner, is
We're
this...
switching detect dots to him, so I can read his fucking mind while I'm doing this.
Okay, cool.
He thinks your hat is stupid.
is this
I'm wearing a hat.
short little halfling man, weathered face, look kind of dampened attitude, and as you ask the question, he kind of looks at you, stone-faced.
Oh, excuse me. And I pull out a silver coin. Excuse my manners, and I place the silver coin down.
As he's wiping the table, he just wipes over the coin, and the coin vanishes. As you were detecting his surface thoughts, his first thought was, "Never seen this guy before. I may know a guy." And he doesn't look at you, doesn't look anywhere, just looks at the table, cleaning. On screen. Table in the corner.
Does he motion to which table he is indicating in particular?
He doesn't. I was trying to convey the right words and where he is based on this map, so that's kind of where I stopped for a moment. Because directions are all kind of intertwined. Bottom left corner. So,
Alright.
that one. This table. That one.
Olmec will bow his head and say, much appreciated. I'll stop by the table here. I'll be like, the bartender has informed me that the individual in the bottom left corner will be of assistance.
Onward.
I'm going to go there. Looks like I'm going there with Amar, at least. Not sure if anyone else is coming. To converse with this individual on what's going down.
Alright, you two go over to this table, and in it you just see this sleazy looking half-elf, just long, greasy hair, kind of just slouching in his chair, propped up, feet on the table, boots muddy, just a wreck. There's a half-eaten plate of food on the table. That looks like it was just a piece of bread and some butter.
Man, I'm amazed he found mud in the desert city. Thought the earth would have been too dry.
It looks like mud. You'll be taking your chances here. Is it really mud? No one knows.
I must know for science.
I lick it. It's not mud! It's not mud! Ah! And as you two come up, he kind of opens up one eye, just barely, squinting at you two. What can I do for you?
Hi, hello. Are you a criminal?
Legally, I have to say no.
Oh, okay. But if we don't care for laws.
Legally, I still have to say no. Can I help you?
Olmec glances at Amar and he's like, I believe what my associate meant to say was, are you an individual that is a entrepreneur in the unorthodox means of acquisition and business transactions?
Oh. Why, yes, I deal in items that may be a little too dirty for other sellers and merchants.
Well, of course, perhaps your clientele is clearly people who are people capable of restoring and cleaning up such things, I presume. Yes, yes. Olmec turns over. I do believe this is the type of individual we are looking for.
Yes, I was just going to basically ask, would you be willing to take goods that are valuable, even though they may be of questionable ownership?
If you have some dirty items you're looking to get off your hands, we can discuss.
Perfect. We'll discuss it later when we acquire them. Will you be here?
Most likely.
Wonderful. And I go skipping away. The
Olmec's
first task
also
has been
down with the
accomplished.
sickness. We got a fence.
Now, was there any objection to plan have a dozen people try to distract a few librarians?
So we're going to tip the rabbit while the library is open.
Well, I imagine. Going in when it's locked up, it'd be easier, but I don't think anyone here, and the dozen people we are about to meet, will be able to deal with a lock.
Lock can be broken.
True. Can be broken.
We could always go through the floorboards.
Tunneling is also an option we have with our unique set of skills. I am just personally biased because I like the idea of getting them involved, because then they feel like they accomplished and earned this money, which goes into building loyalty with people. But, the easy money is always easy money. So, we could go in after dark.
If we were to go in while the library's active, and our compatriots are making a distraction, all we would have to do is pull up about 2 floorboards, get the books into the bag of holding, give them to me. I can extract the goods, while the rest of you just walk out the door. I'll turn into a badger. Simply burrow down into the ground. You can replace the floorboards after me.
You're going to burrow as a bat?
Badger.
Oh.
Okay, badger. 15-foot burrowing speed. They can just...
I understand. I just thought you said bat, and I was like, why is a bat going to be burrowing?
Nah, that's what you do to see, like, magical darkness and shit, because of echolocation. But anyway, that's an option.
Alright. So, we have some options here. Let's vote. This is democracy management. All in favor of an after dark event, say aye.
Aye.
Alright. All in favor of a daylight acquisition, say aye.
Olmec considers it for a moment, shrugging says, I suppose. Honestly, I could go either way.
Aye as well.
Olmec looks at town.
Daytime sounds more fun. I'll go with that.
Alright then. So, we've agreed on a daylight acquisition. Next query. I suppose the options are form a mundane distraction with our dozen people, put the books in a crate and leave. Use tunneling methods
Puppy, thanks so
and
much for the
slip
gift
books
sub
under
to
the
Blake
floorboards.
Thank you. How's
Or
your day going, man?
C. Fog cloud, cause a panic, and then blame everything on vampires. All in favor of option A, dozen people, mundane distraction, walk away with a crate of books. I vote
Olmec-
for that one.
Olmec votes for that, but also would like to mention that option C is more of a last resort should option A or B not be available. That's an oh shit button.
I just find it very humorous, and I hope it happens if everything
Oh, yeah.
goes wrong.
If it goes wrong, though, we still have a plan. Fuck it, blame it on vampires, which, yo. 10 out of 10. It's like
Alright.
Jesus intended.
Why vampires?
Well, they have typical magical
1218
abilities
Tyler,
of producing
hello.
mist.
Welcome to the flock. Thanks so much for the follow.
Plus, I mean, there's like a bigger, like there's like a lot of fangirls that are really into vampires, so it'll catch on quicker. It'll be a stronger rumor.
Oh, don't remind me of my sordid past as librarian. I had to sort the books of those teenage girls, and they were all
Hey.
trash, all of them.
You know I'm right then, and that's the thing. Especially if they're library goers, you know I'm right. They're all gonna buy. They're gonna buy the vampire story more than anything.
They will want to believe it, and so they will.
Exactly.
All right. Well, option A, I think only one person voted for it, so looks unlikely. Mm-hmm.
So that should be his infusion ability as an artificer. He should get.
I'm looking. Yeah, I was trying to look at it. It's like, I wonder if using this infusion, you replicate a particular magic item. Learn this infusion multiple times. Each time you do so, choose magic item that you can. I don't know if it's like It pretty much says that there's the
Correct.
it can change.
You can have two. He can have two active at any time. Sorry.
And I can switch one. I can switch only one artificer infusion every time I level up. And so I switched one of them for a hat of wizardry. Yes. Yeah, because I pretty much have pretty much all the source books, so I chose repeating shot, homunculus servant. Originally I had enhanced defense, but I switched that for the hat of wizardry for as for one of my replicating items. And yeah, it's under replicating item because I have another one.
That's a Xanathar's guide item. It definitely should be in there. That's not even like a new book.
There's a line that says if you have Xanathars, you can choose from the common items in that instead.
That's what's getting you. Any common item.
I can't use it though. I was just looking at it. It says requires attunement by wizard. Since I'm an artificer, wouldn't that not count?
Hold on a second.
That's what I'm reading.
It's
in
a wizard's
But-
hat.
I know
Yeah.
people have used it.
Okay, so I can't use that. Never mind.
Might be a weird.
Restriction.
Okay. I mean, they let me do it on the D&D Beyond, so apparently it won't happen. Yeah.
Actually, it was a separate thing when Eberron Rising from the Last War came out. Guarantee you.
Okay. So she's. I had to remove my infusion from my my rifle. So yeah, on my musket. Sorry. I believe it says I can only have two non-magical, two items that are I can infuse at a time.
Correct. And as far as Hazard's Wizardry goes, you can use it at level 14, which allows you to ignore all class restrictions for attunement with any magic item. That's the Artificer's 14th level class feature, but you can't do it before then. Just looked it up. Good to know, though, you know?
It's gonna be an armored Luxodon with a hat. So whenever I activate my armor, it's gonna go up, and then it's stuck. The only clothing that's gonna show is my hat.
Now,
It would be. Yes. I mean, actually, that's a good thing to point out because since my other active infusion is a bag of holding, so maybe not using a cart, but maybe my bag of holding to take the books.
Bag of Holding is always a good item to have.
Well, dead ones, because you can't really put live ones in there.
Uh,
Although I have experienced in a recent campaign the creature that dwells within. Not fun. Was scary.
You mean
Anyway.
the, fuck, what's his name? The Bagman?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Okay, and
Those-
go on.
That was scary. So option B.
Option B is circumventing most mundane problems with the combination of our unique skills and putting the illicit books through floorboards where our burrowing creature will put them in a magical extra-dimensional space.
And then burrow away.
Actually, I'm gonna have to go with A on this. I'm sorry, but I was just thinking that instead of the cart, we could use my bag of holding.
Which works great.
Easy. Assuming most of the tomes would fit through the bag. Yes.
How many books do you plan on taking?
The one's worth money.
500 pounds
Well,
of books.
I wasn't worried about the weight as much as the size of the books to fit through the top of the bag. Like the width.
The width of the bag? I mean,
I know a bag of holding can fit much, but it's like getting it through the top of the bag is the issue. Some of these books are probably large.
let me take a look.
It is 2
2
feet
feet
in
diameter.
diameter at the mouth and 4 feet deep.
Well, we did scout it out.
The depth doesn't really matter.
Do any of these books seem bigger than that?
2 feet.
2 feet?
How big is 2 feet?
That's
I
mean, that's
not really. No.
pretty big.
Yeah, 2 feet's. Yeah,
Okay.
the
I'm not very good with
widest-
sizes, to be honest.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's like, how big is 2 feet?
Right?
The biggest book
You get
would
it.
probably be the width, a little bit more of like, a little bit more than your hand. Does she have like really small hands?
Baby hand, strike skin.
Small hands, baby hands. So, maybe
No,
maybe
not
a little bit
Baby hands bandit.
bigger than your hand.
Look at them.
Length of your hand.
Alright, well, that could work easy. Alright, well. So, 2 for option A. We have 1 for option B, I assume, with Olmec. Talon, where do you sit?
Oh, Olmec was down with option A or option B either way.
Ah, the neutral approach.
He don't give a fuck. He just wants to steal some shit. And as a side note, if you have a hardcover of any D&D book, the length of it from top to bottom is 11.5 inches. So it'd be 2 fucking D&D books lengthwise in order to be too big to fit in a bag of holding. We're good.
We're such nerds.
Nerd!
Nerds!
We're not even robbing anything cool. We're robbing a library like nerds.
Robbing a shitty library though.
And we're
Yeah.
making a lot of money,
Hey, you
in
know,
theory.
even shitty libraries
Allegedly.
have some decent books. Looks so expensive.
This day and age, yeah.
Yep.
Alright, sorry. Talon, what was your opinion? Do you like option A or B? Or option C? Wild card.
Plan A works for me.
Wonderful. Alright, now. This is the plan. We know the time. We know the location. So, the question becomes, what sort of distraction do we want to create with our fellows? That's a good word, fellows. I think we could do something easy. Drunken mess of louts. We could do something a little more fun. and do the book club meeting, or any other things you all can think of.
I do believe the book club meeting idea would be less likely to draw the attention of the city watch.
It does buy us more time and from the guards than, yes, having a dozen drunken men cause a scene in a library. Alright, so, what do you all think about pretending to be tutors and having a group of the dozen people trying to learn to read from you? However, you will be demanding a lot of help from the staff to locate the best books.
Olmec cocked his head. He's like, I'm not sure. In what manner do you mean?
Well, to be quite honest, I doubt most of our fellows are literate, so the act of being here to read books will be questionable if they aren't trying to learn how to read. So, you all would be responsible for a handful of fellows, and basically keeping the staff busy by asking them questions like, where are good books to learn how to read? Where are several easy books? I knew this one story I would like to see to read out to my students. So on and so forth.
Okay. Actually, I think a better question needs to be asked. Who needs to be the one that's gonna? Should we all be the ones distracting, or who's gonna be the one that's gonna be grabbing these books?
Well, their security measure is rather poor. They're chained and behind a small bit of sliding glass that isn't locked. So, we need something or someone that can easily get rid of the chains, put them in a bag of holding, and hopefully do this quietly. It also depends how staffed the library is.
The books are locked by chains, right?
Yes. I imagine a flimsy saw or even a strong entity could probably take care of them.
I could definitely take care of the chains one way or another.
So could our friend Talon here, most likely.
Most likely.
The question becomes who would prefer to do it.
Well, I'm probably not the best at talking about books. I'm definitely good at any kind of getaway fashion or any kind of sneaky shit.
To be frank, Olmec, you draw a lot more attention than Talon does in a library setting.
If I want to.
I was going to say just as you're being yourself, you attract a lot of attention.
Oh yeah.
You're a mental entity that spits out beasts.
But you know, never underestimate a giant spider crawling on the ceiling with paths without a trace being cast on it. Plus 17 to stealth, baby.
Yes, that is a number.
I guess I could do it.
Also valid. You do have a history of being a good thief.
Especially since I updated my armor.
So, let's just put it like this. Who would like to be distracting and who would like to be stealing? We should probably get two of us to be stealing so at least one person can be a lookout.
That sounds like a plan. I think I'll be on the stealing team. Or I guess I could... Which do you prefer me, since I'm the one that's more book savvy?
I mean, to be honest, it doesn't truly matter between... Just listen, the key to crime is to be yourself and have fun. So, follow your heart. Do whatever it tells you.
Alright, then I'm gonna help with the stealing.
Wonderful. Talon, where does your heart lead?
Well, what do you plan on doing?
I will fill whatever role is left. I will most likely be distracting people. I know how librarians think. I'm going to give them a very bad workday. I can distract.
Either works for me. What's the droid want to do?
I believe I'd be best suited for evacuation should something go wrong. Holding off guardsmen should something go wrong. Extracting the goods should something go wrong.
So neither.
Well, I can certainly work on the other ones, but I believe my primary focus would be ensuring any avoidance of magical traps as well. Perhaps if anything is enchanted. Olmec shrugs. I'm not really too versed on books, as one may put it.
Well... Okay, so... Would you... like to be in Overwatch? Just keep an eye, be the lookout for our theft crew? Maybe as something small and unnoticeable?
That may not even be necessary. And Olmec's going to stand for a second and be like, allow me to demonstrate. I'm going to walk all the way over here. I'm just going to turn and look at Amar, and he's going to hear in his head, I am fully capable of communicating with you over a substantial amount of distance. Not extremely far, but a decent amount of distance. So long as I can maintain line of sight with you.
Ah. So, for the rest of the table, Olmec told me he's just going to be far away and use telepathy to keep watch on people for the lookout position.
Well, I guess that'll work.
As long as you guys are within 60 feet and I can see one of you, I can tell you guys from outside just by looking through the window and looking at you or something. Hey, there's a guy coming or some shit.
Well, Talon, I think there's your answer. He will be neither distraction nor theft. He will be lookout.
And extraction, if necessary.
Sounds like a plan.
I'll help distract then. Can't imagine we'd need 2 people to grab books anyway.
Lovely. Alright, well, I believe now the only thing left to do is to kill time.
Indeed.
Anybody want to go buy potions?
Oh, I am down to 3 silver. No, thank you.
I'm going to, actually on that note, use my time to get materials to make potions with my herbalism kit and ritual casting of locate animals or plants. I can locate any plant of my desire within 5 miles. I can just find it. So I'm just gathering all the herbs I want. Fucking magic to technomatic.
How many herbs are you gonna find in a desert?
Whatever's around. There's
Valid
gotta be some
question.
cactus flowers. There's gotta be some peyote. Maybe some shit I could smoke. I don't know. What's around? Do I make a nature check, DM? How would you like me to determine?
Okay. So, you guys detect plants and animals?
So I guess I'd have to make would I make a nature check to know like what would be good to look for in this desert region?
So, yes, because you do have to specify for detect plants and animals or whatever.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do that. I got a base 21 on nature. That's a decent roll.
Fucking must be detect roll.
So with that nature roll of 21, can I ritual cast locate animals or plants to find some dank plantage?
Okay. 21. Would it be nature? Yeah, nature or medicine could work, technically, so...
I mean, I got a +6 in medicine
So
and +4 in
21.
nature, so...
With a 21, you know some plants that could be used as a basis for a potion of healing. They are fairly rare in this bit of the world.
But with the locate animals
yes.
or plant spell.
Oh, locate. That's what I couldn't find. I was putting in detect.
Oh no, it's locate.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't find.
Detect is short range. This is the big boy version.
Well, detect doesn't even exist. Give a name. Okay, so you do have to know. Okay. So, yeah, so you do know, vaguely of 5 miles. Okay, I'm going to roll d20. If I get the rare, not extremely rare, so I say if I roll 10 or lower, they're in the vicinity. Holy shit, natural 20. No, they are not in the vicinity. You cast
No luck then?
animals and plants. No, if I get a 10 or lower, then you would have found some, but I rolled a 20. So no. Unfortunately, as you search with your magics for the 5 mile range, even going around the outskirts of the town, unfortunately, you do not find any. In the surrounding bits of the city, or even on the outskirts. Man, really? That's what I get the natural. That's what I get the natural 24. Holy shit! Come on.
Hey, you know what? If it burns there, the way to think about it is that's a natural 20 you won't crit someone with, which will do more damage than the healing potion would have been worth itself.
Every time I test macros, there's always a natural 20, and then in the combat, I never get it again. It's always gone.
Gotta think positive about it. But yeah, alright, I tried. It was a worthy attempt.
That's one thing. And I would say the time. How long was that spell last? Okay, it's instantaneous and you know where it is. Okay. So yeah, so within 5 miles, you detect nothing. Yeah, so it wouldn't have took you that long because it's instantaneous. You would be like, okay, there's nothing.
I'll see if anyone else wants to do anything before I come up with any other bullshit. If I do want to do any other bullshit, I'm not 100% sure yet.
Nope. Is anyone else?
I mean, I don't know if I can afford 80 potions.
typically a potion costs like a potion of healing, just your basic, like 2d4 plus 2, whatever it is. Costs about 50 gold.
Okay, then definitely
Yeah.
no. No, I'm good.
Yeah, and
I was trying to get you the materials to make one, man.
Yeah.
I tried.
And that's usually like the potion of healing is kind of like the cheapest there is. So everything after that is kind of more expensive. Even a poison is 100 gold. So.
I'll buy some crap.
Drugs.
That being said, I do allow for like some haggling if it's in like within reason. Obviously, if you go up to like a merchant that you have never talked to before, you ask him to take 10 gold for a potion, he's going to tell you no, even if you roll a natural 20. So it's got to be within reason, and you have to roll well.
Why you use detect thoughts and figure out that he's cheating on his wife, and then you threaten him with that information.
Well, then he could call the guards. Still possibly getting you arrested. I mean,
For what? Threatening to tell his wife that he's screwing some other lady? That's not illegal.
no, that you're trying to haggle him to, or steal, or whatever.
It's not no, that's still haggle. That's not illegal.
Stalking.
It's
Stalking.
not
I
illegal.
mean, you could try to deceive the guard to say that you're trying to steal.
That too. He could do that. He could also lie. That's also a thing.
That's the thing.
And that is when you transform into a dinosaur.
And kill everyone.
Kill everyone.
Everyone dies.
I'm tired of society. Dinosaur.
I don't want to kill cats, Spider-Man. I want to turn people into dinosaurs.
I mean, to be fair, that would be. I mean, wouldn't you like that to be able to do that as a response, though? I'm tired of this shit. I'm a dinosaur now.
No, when he did that, Shepard reminds me of like 60 Spider-Man, like those 60 cartoon Spider-Man villains.
Well, that was from the comics, so I can't take credit for that.
I've actually read that fucking issue. Not even a fucking joke. Now that was fucking Sauron, as I recall, wasn't it? From the fucking Savage Lands.
No idea. I've only seen the memes.
Yeah. Fucking pterodactyl ass motherfucker.
All right. So, anyone else doing anything during the day till night gets here?
Just tinkering. Just,
General research. Bother patrons. Ask questions. Make notes. I try to ask Talon a lot of questions, but he, I
So
imagine,
all
brushes
valid.
me off very quickly.
I agree. Talon, do you do anything? Other than probably get harassed by questions?
Yeah.
So,
Is that muted?
Nope. No, you were muted.
in order to hide his identity while he's keeping watch, Olmec is going to take this bucket that he bought, fully aware that he can only get someone who's mending on it. He's going to take a python, and he's going to puncture 2 big-ass holes. Not like super huge, but just big enough for his eyes, right where his eyes should be in the bucket. And put that over his head, and just strip completely naked, which for Warforged is fine because they don't got any private parts. And he's just gonna rub like whatever, like ash or like grass or whatever stuff on him to like, make them look like weird colors. Like he's like some streaks of greed. Maybe like finds a fucking flower and he like rubs that on himself and there's like a little streak of pink. You know, just looks like a muddy fucking mess with a bucket on his head.
Okay. You now disgusting with a bucket on your head.
Nobody cared who I was before I donned the bucket.
I really started doing second thoughts about this plan.
You get many weird looks being a naked metal man. Or really just a metal man. With a bucket on his head.
I am now Buckethead. Mastermind criminal.
Alright, is anyone... No one else doing anything?
I'm just working on my stuff. Just working on my infusion.
Tinkering? Yeah. Researching?
Yep.
Alan? Well...
Probably just
Oh,
gonna
nice.
go for a walk around town.
Okay.
for the day.
It's a fairly pleasant walk as you take a stroll around town. Through the basically the slums where you are now. It smells bad. But, you know, it's quaint, pleasant. If you, don't pay attention to the poverty.
Wait. Just don't pay attention to the poverty line.
Alright. And, the day goes by, the sun falls, and night begins to take hold. And a group of individuals make their way into a fanciful raven.
Here we go.
God.
I
Well,
do
we
have
just-
tokens for it, but I'm not going to bother dropping them on because it would just be like 12 tokens.
Not at all. For my immersion, I need 12 tokens.
Unless you decide to just fucking kill them out right here, there's no need for me to drop them.
I said sunset! You were here when it was dark!
Drop kick!
The people's elbow!
Unless one of the black heads just starts going crazy and they like. I get a bad feeling about this.
11 individuals walk in. They are all kind of dressed in dark colors. They are not wearing cloaks and hoods, but many of them do have like a facial covering, either a handkerchief or a cloth or something like that, covering their faces. They all kind of walk in and taking notice of your group. Because I don't remember if did you cover your faces when you went in there? I don't remember.
Not at all.
No, I didn't think so. You covered your hands to, give the ruse of having a black and tan, but you didn't actually cover your faces. 11 dudes. Yes, 11 dudes. I will do this, basically to give you an idea of what most of them kind of look like. No, this guy is going to be 11 dudes.
Wow. I'm surprised he can fit that many.
Yeah. Lots of practice. So they all kind of gather up. A few of them kind of break off to go get a drink.
That's fine. One drink.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome everyone.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Alright, well, seems some of you have already gone to the bar. So, tell you what, one drink for good luck, and then we'll go about for the activity. I'll explain things as we walk.
I'll kind of nod. What kind of raises the hand? Can I take this with me?
Can you take what?
My drink.
If you'd prefer, you could finish it at the bar if you'd like. But I won't stop you from walking with it.
I'll take it with me.
Lovely. So, small drink break for good luck.
Always.
And then we walk to the library. I will start explaining as we go.
Hi. You all make your way to the library with your... I
Wait,
don't even know what they would be called. Troop, I guess?
Cult and training.
you mean none of them have question? That's funny.
They... Why question your superior?
Yeah, listen to your superior, like good cops and soldiers.
No, they did freaking ask the freaking elephant in the room.
Oh, well, they
No.
never saw you. They saw a butt print, but they didn't know who it was. Oh,
Well,
actually,
I'm-
that's a good point. They never saw you. Who cares? You're with the gang.
Okay.
Do they react to Buckethead?
Yes, actually. Yes, they would. A few of them kind of... They kind of get who you are, because you went in, the metal man. But now you're It's weird, but they also saw you ate like 5 handfuls of grain. So
This
they're not...
isn't out of character for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
This is you staying in your character of the weird metal one.
yes. This is on par for what they have experienced with you, which was shoveling 5 handfuls of grain into your mouth. And now you're
It's
naked,
fine.
so with a bucket on your head.
Sounds right.
Yeah, so it's on par. They don't like it. They're a little weirded out by it, but not that much.
Well, let's go.
All right. So, my fellows, what we're going to do is we're going to become a distraction for the library staff. We are going to be a late night reading group. We are going to bother the staff with various questions that are tedious and time consuming. Such as, where can I find a book for learning to read in Elvish or Dwarven? Or a beginner's book for new readers. Essentially, we are going to become and I will be your teacher for this endeavor. Any questions so far?
Why are we going in when they're open?
Well, because that's when they least expect it, and we don't have to deal with locks or other security measures.
Okay.
Alright then. So, oh yes, do feel free to make up fake names instead of referring to yourself as, your real ones. I feel that was obvious, but just to be safe.
Like Steve.
They all kind of nod.
And remember, remember, if you can't remember a fake name someone has said, just don't use a name. Like, hey, could you? Or, hey, would you? You is a universal name, I find.
Another one kind of raises their hand.
Yes.
Isn't it going to be a little weird if we walk in with kind of motions to the face covering, looking like bandits?
It is. So, in all honesty, we could probably just drop the masks. I doubt anyone here will remember our faces. They're just gonna think of us as the one large group that asked a lot of annoying questions.
They all kind of look at each other a little weird, like, I don't think I've ever saw you without a facial covering. Make a persuasion check.
Alright. Can I get advantage on this for never having to worry about my face at all in my history here?
Someone
And
help
could I
you.
cast guidance on him by chance?
You
It's
could.
okay if it isn't. That's a bit of a stretch, I
You
know.
could.
I'm just kind of sidekicking him, you know, I'm just casting this as he's going along. I'm like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so, the thing. You could, but casting a spell, for most part, is very obvious.
Yeah, you don't really need to.
So,
Implying Olmec would care.
Well, you care enough to do it. That's the thing.
I would
So
still
that does
cast
imply-
guidance right in front of them.
I'm going to just swat your hand away. Like, no. No.
okay, you begin weaving the magic and begin to touch a maul to give him guidance, and he's just like, no! Bad robot man! No!
No.
We-
15.
Like, Olmec would not care if they saw him do it.
15. Okay. They all kind of look at each other and begin to nervously and a little off-puttingly undo their facial coverings. And put them away. They kind of look at the rest of the kind of get up. Because they all dressed in like these black clothings to kind of make themselves inconspicuous and kind of blend into the darkness.
Well,
and now,
I mean, to be fair, in the area we're in, isn't that just kind of normal for the course? I imagine shady people come here often to read.
to look at books? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, let's go with that.
Maybe I'm just showing them a new way of living. That doesn't mean they're going to have a new wardrobe.
And many of them now kind of keeping their own face away from each other. Not quite wanting to reveal who they are to themselves.
God, they're like bashful teenagers. Alright, well, don't you all look lovely? Okay, well, any last questions?
No. Now.
Lovely. Let us begin.
No. You arrive at the library. The door is unlocked, open. Make your way inside. There are two attendants, because you did come when the library is still open. But being at this time, it is getting to the cuffs of closing, so it's mostly just
even
them
better.
two.
I'm not going to be bothering people working when the store's about to close.
Oh, you're the worst kind of person. So there are two attendees, both of them kind of getting ready to end the day. One's at
I'm
the
gonna
counter.
stay outside,
Okay.
and I'm going to activate my arcane armor.
Okay.
That way, it doesn't look like we're all together in the same group.
Alright, yeah. So, one is at the counter. Because honestly, I didn't think you'd be coming in when it was still open, so I didn't make tokens for them. So, one is at the counter. putting away papers, writing all that good stuff up, and the other one is currently putting books back on shelves. There is one group of what looks like schoolgirls, young children, perhaps, or teenagers. And
They're
one
reading
of
the vampire books, aren't they?
You don't know. You have to go check. Sitting in
Look,
one of
werewolf.
these
Look.
one of these preset rooms. The door is ajar, so you can kind of see inside. They're kind of sitting in there, studying or reading vampire books. You don't know.
Or werewolf.
Or werewolf, or both combined.
Kinky.
Yes.
So,
Hello.
I was gonna say, Omek's standing outside, just poses a fucking statue. Artistically, he's gonna just hold his ink pen and the parchment, make it look like he's like a statue that's like supposedly writing something, but he's actually just keeping watch.
Okay.
Didn't mean to interrupt.
I thought you were gonna keep watch inside.
I'm watching for the motherfuckers out there. You want to keep watching outside, inside? I can do that.
Well, I mean, yeah, in case anybody tries to come to the section where the books are getting stolen.
I'll do that instead. Never mind.
You
Redact
walk
that.
in, and one of the attendants kind of looks at you. If you're coming in here, you must be reading. You can't stay in here for shelter.
Buckethead does not require shelter.
All right then. Right, just please either read or rent a book.
Buckethead will pull out a copper and flip it her way and be like, Buckethead is generous.
Okay.
She kind of just rubs her temple, like, not another fucking crazy homeless man.
Lufia is going to walk in. Let's go take a look around. And then she's going to head towards the back. I guess right here is the back.
Yes, because you're all kind of in here earlier, so basically, this is what you would have seen before.
Okay.
The shelves with all the most expensive books that are chained up and have that glass panel in front of it is at the back. So it's currently where you are right now, Sophia.
Alright. I think right now I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to cast Detect Magic. I want to make sure that just in case that they don't have any magical means. So I will cast Detect Magic.
Okay. Are you going to cast that as a ritual, or takes 10 minutes? You can do it like a ritual.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna do it as a ritual. All right, cool. You take the 10 minutes. You begin casting the spell. No one really comes by in that 10 minutes to bother you. You finish the spell. It goes out. None of the books are magical.
Okay. Anything magic? She's gonna take a walk around with her Detect Magic and just see if anything around gives off any magic. Double checking, make sure there's not any like magical alarms or anything like that.
Okay. You take a perimeter around the building. There doesn't appear to be any sort of magical locks or alarms or anything like that. But that case above you, as you pass it,
This one?
yes, no, the other one. Sorry,
Oh, this one?
this one. Something in it, just faintly, gives off a magical sensation. There's a faint aura around. Okay, wait, so there is a faint aura around a bracelet that is sitting inside.
Ooh. I might want to go ahead and cast Identify on that. Figure out what the heck that is.
You gotta
You-
get to it though.
Yeah, you will have to be touching it and holding it full. You'd be able to do that. Did you ever get a pearl? Don't think
Did
you
I ever get
did.
a pearl?
Yes, because you need a pearl with 100 gold to be able to cast that spell. Identify.
Can I use my wizard hat as my arcane focus?
Not if it has a cost.
Oh, does it have a cost? I didn't know that.
A material component that has
yes.
a cost
100
defeats
GP.
the normal rules.
Yeah, actually, your hat may.
Does it?
Let's double check. I think it does say cantrip. Does that identify a cantrip? It identifies a first level, right?
Identifies a first level spell.
Thought so. Yeah, and it's a cantrip that you don't know.
It can be ritual cast, which is
No,
cool, but
you can use this hat as a spell casting focus for your wizard spells.
Yes, but that only applies to.
Well, first off, it's a focus, not a material component.
Well, spellcasting focuses, I believe, sometimes, depending on the DM,
they
take
replace.
replace
Yeah, they
material components.
replace. Correct.
Unless they have a gold
Unless
cost.
it has a cost.
Yes. The pearl
Oh, my
for this spell
spells.
does have a gold cost, so it doesn't replace that component.
Oh, what? That's my spells. Shit.
It's not consumed unless the spell says so.
Yeah,
That's
it's not consumed, but you still need it.
Bollocks. Okay, well, I think that's something I may want to. Not the pearl, but that bracelet may be something worth grabbing.
Do you think you could attempt an Arcana check to try and figure it out, though?
Yeah, I do have it.
Up to the DM.
The way, yeah. So while we're even on this subject, it's just good to get it out of the way. The way I kind of rule it is you can do an Arcana check to try and one, figure out if something may be magical. You're in it. Two, you can use an Arcana check to try and glean the most minor of information out of it, unless you make like a 30 check, in which case you might know quite a bit.
It's out.
The caveat to that is usually when I kind of check, I never tell you everything a magical item can do. That way I just don't make Identify completely useless.
Well, I think I am going to actually take, and I'm going to do an Arcana check.
Okay. It is locked, so only thing you can really see is what is visible to you. So the DC will be influenced a little bit, but let's see what you can do. 22.
Ooh.
Nice. All right. Looking into the case, this little bracelet seems small, almost inconspicuous even. Is got this faint glow around it from your detect magic. As you look at it, not being able to touch it and hold it is kind of making it difficult to kind of determine what the abilities would be, if any. Well, I say if any, there's something. With a 22, you do see there are faint etchings around the band. Being an artificer, you are actually kind of trained in this kind of stuff, so you can tell that these etchings are actually arcane runes. Small, minor ones, nothing significant. But they are there, and this is something. This is in fact magical and is a magical item. You're not really too sure about its full properties. Let me actually pull this up. Hit the wrong button. Let's see. All right. Okay. So you do know that this bracelet has something to do with the plane of Earth. You're not too sure what the properties are, but you do realize that it is tied or has been influenced by the magics of the plane of Earth in some way.
I want to attempt to grab that.
Now? What the fuck did I just click? You gonna try and take it now?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna bring my partner over, who's supposed to be helping me. Who was it supposed to be, Talon?
I believe so.
I'm gonna walk over to Talon and say, "Hey, come here."
Mir.
Yay! Come here. And then,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna point at the bracelet and I say, and relay the information that it is a magic item that is giving off vibes of like of the Earth plane. Said, I think we may want to grab that.
Well, what's stopping you?
Well, just I could use your assistance. What exactly what am I seeing? Is it like a padlock or?
It is a latch. The case has a latch that kind of goes over, and there was a keyhole inside that latch, kind of going into the case itself, and locks within it. It's an internal lock mechanism.
Oh boy. Oh boy. The right tools for the job. It says that with thieves tools or artisan tools in hand, you can magically create one set of artisan tools. I don't think that counts as thieves tools, right?
You start with Thieves Tools automatically as an
Yeah,
artificer,
you automatically
I guarantee
start.
you.
Yeah, you automatically
Oh.
start with these.
You know how to pick locks.
Okay.
Oddly, you do. Actually,
Yeah,
it's not.
And you
I
have the
guess
tools
not.
for it.
Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, never mind. It was at the very bottom of my list. Sorry.
The default focus for an artificer. You get him at the start before anything else.
Which I still find weird.
It is, isn't it? But useful.
All right, then I'm gonna use my thieves tools.
Would that be an assist action from talent for advantage?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Okay. So okay,
So I'm low.
so Talon, are you giving Sufia the help action? Are you helping on this?
Yes.
Okay. So you have advantage on the check if you are going to attempt to pick the lock. There is. So let me fill out the area for you a little bit. Basically the group of like schoolgirls, teenagers, what have you, is up here. The clerk is over here, and the other one is right here. putting away books. Just so you know where everyone is currently, because
Gotcha.
I didn't think you would do this at the end of the day. So
Chaos.
All right.
You have proficiency with Thieves Tools, yeah? I think you do, pretty sure.
Yes, I do.
Alright. Do you have proficiency with Sleight of Hand?
Let me check.
If not, just roll Dexterity.
No,
Wouldn't
I
it
did not.
be a tool proficiency check?
Well, that's what the Dexterity would be. There isn't a button that says this, so usually I use Sleight of Hand because the people who do it usually have proficiency in Sleight of Hand. But you know, so we just make it a Dexterity, and we'll add your proficiency to it.
Make a
There
dex,
you go. Okay, yeah.
or I can make a sleight of hand check or whatever.
Well,
Yeah, either
tool
one,
check-
it would be the same because you don't have proficiency in Sleight of Hand, so we're just going to add your proficiency after the fact. So, either one, it works. It'll be the same.
He's got you. He's got you.
I really wish they would just like have a button, or just a skill that said, "This is the Thieves Tool button. Do this," but they don't. So,
I mean,
23.
I do on
There's a
I
plus
do on
2.
D&D Beyond, but
So plus 23. Yeah. So you put your lock picks into this lock, and with minimal effort, really. Did you roll that with advantage?
I
Did you have
guess
advantage?
yes, I did. Yes, I
You
did.
did? Okay, it's just not showing both. Cool. You put your lock picks in, and the lock is, to your standards, easily broken. Easily and undone.
Just like McDonald's ice cream machine, broken.
It's always broken.
Oh, so I broke it.
You unlocked it. You unlocked
Okay,
it. You didn't actually break it.
We were just trying to be cute.
okay. I'm about to say it because I'm
No,
gonna
no.
close the lock back and make sure that it doesn't look like it was tampered. So
No.
so
You
so
cracked
just-
it.
I'm gonna grab the bracelet.
Okay, so you open up the lock, you unhatch it, you open up the case.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking English, man. So many words. You open up the case. Make a sleight of hand check.
No advantage on this one.
Depends on if Talon's going to help you and how.
You gonna help me, Talon?
Probably would have helped to have the distraction rolling before doing this, but okay.
I mean, technically, all this is happening simultaneously, so we could have said that you're already providing the distraction. We just haven't gotten to
Okay.
a bit of how you're doing it, because all this is happening simultaneously. You're not frozen in place while they're doing this.
Would be funny if I was.
It would be funny, but
All right, here we go.
don't you?
That'd be a 15.
Well, no, this is just a straight up sleight of hand of you reaching in. This isn't a lockpick check. This is you not making any noise as you lift up this case and reach in and not rattle anything around. So you lift up the case. It creaks slightly, but luckily there's a distraction going on somewhere in the room that we haven't really gotten to yet. That kind of drowns out that noise. You reach in, grab the bracelet, making a little bit of a jingle from the rest of the metal that's in, but swiftly pull it back and close the case.
This will be an interesting artifact. I'm going to take the bracelet and I'm gonna pocket it. I'm not gonna put it on right now. I'm going to pocket it.
Alright, you put the bracelet away safely.
And I'm gonna lock the case back up.
Oh, smart. Don't know if you can really do that with lockpicks, but sure, why not?
Oh, do I need to roll a check for that, or?
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh, I'm about to say the way you said it's like.
No, I just mean reality-wise. I don't know if you can lock a lock with a lockpick. I've never considered anyone doing it.
No, I don't really think you need a lockpick. You just close it or whatever. If it's like a padlock or whatever, it's like you just close it.
Well, no, it's an internal lock. You have to lock it with a key. But anyway,
So,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So.
we can discuss the mechanics of locks later.
Yeah. So, all right. This will
Alright.
be interesting to check later. Now let's just get these books. So we're gonna start grabbing books.
Alright, so you two make your way to the books. How's this distraction going?
Well, splendidly, 100% successful.
You with your 11 compatriots who are totally not bandits or cultists.
Hi, hello. I am looking for several tomes on basics for Dwarven, Elvish, Halfling, Common, Undercommon, and Primordial.
All right. Have you checked looking at the kind of scratches the head, the language section, kind of quotations in there?
Yes, but the books I've found have been not to my satisfaction. And frankly, while I have you, can you help me find several tomes regarding beginners for Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, Undercommon, Primordial, Halfling, and yep, that's all I can think of immediately right now.
Oh well.
So
We could possibly find something for you. Are you some sort of teacher? Are you looking for
yes, these are my
teaching?
new students. I'm trying to teach them how to read.
Oh, fine, splendid young men. It's
Aren't
always
they?
nice to see someone who looks to help out the community. Yes, please follow me. We'll see what we can find for you. And
Good.
She stands up meagerly and walks over to one of the shelves. We'll show you this one. Let's see here. She begins to look for any of these books. We don't have a wide selection. She kind of points, and there's like the shelf is barely full. Pulls one out. Will this do for you? She kind of hands you a small book, and it's like this little child's book.
Well, I suppose this is a start. Can you show us to one of these rooms where we can set up, some reading lessons while we're here?
Yes, I can do that, but we are getting close to closing, so as much as I would like...
Oh, it won't take very long at all,
Oh,
miss. I swear. It'll just be a nice setup, get them used to the Accord. I
Yes.
just need you to show me and us where it is.
Well, you do have a lot of people, so I'm afraid the smaller rooms only cover for 4. We could take you to the big room in the back. It's usually made for meetings, but this looks like a meeting, so let's go put you there.
A meeting of the minds.
Yes. She guides you to the back, behind the counter.
I'm going to, while she takes the lead, pull up one of my boys,
Yeah.
one of my fellows, and whisper, near the stack in the middle, there's one clerk left. Distract him by asking for help, picking out a book for your child or something. Just buy as much time as you can.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Okay. And after that, try to meet us back here in the big room. Then I walk off.
Okay. I will say, because you will probably notice it, is that it does look like one of them is missing.
Oh, I did notice that immediately, but I'm
Oh, you
going to
did
ask
notice it?
this after the
Okay.
heist.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to see if you like picked up on that. So he kind of scurries off to the middle with the other cloak, and the rest of them follow you. You and the elderly woman. She goes to the back, kind of unlocks the door and opens it. There you are. You can use this for the remainder of the evening. We close in about 30 minutes or so.
Wow, you've just been so helpful. I must ask, how long have you been working here? This place seems, well, not the most well-stocked, but the most welcoming.
Oh, thank you. We try our best. I've been here for really only 3 years. It's a fairly new setup that we've tried to get together for the community.
Oh, just lovely. I love helping the community. You know, would you like to take a seat and just hear how these people are taking their very best into expanding their knowledge base?
Like persuasion check.
Can I? While he's doing that, can I ask a question real quick?
Go for it.
When we were talking about stealing the books, was it just these particular books back in the back in particular that we were going for?
They were the only ones that I deemed worth any money, so yes.
I was just trying to make sure.
And I preemptively rolled a perception check and got 29 with guidance, just as a heads up. So if anyone was coming that was a guard,
Oh.
watch for that.
Oh, okay.
I probably saw him out this window. I'm looking out.
Yeah, so as you kind of look around, you see a few people going by, a few drunken people, not very many guards. For the time you've been looking, you might have seen one guard, but not very many.
And Olmec is also going to grab a book to blend in and light a candle, which he has 5 of in his inventory to pretend he's reading it.
Okay.
With a bucket over his head.
Haha, they don't know I'm not reading.
They don't know I don't know how to read. 16. Well, I do have some more paperwork to finish, but I do love trying to help out those who are trying to better themselves. Sure, I love to help, yes.
Wonderful. All right. Well, everyone, take a seat. We're going to start with some common alphabet. Our lovely friend here will also help. And, I mean, yeah, I'm going to buy time by teaching my followers how to read, or trying to.
Okay, they follow you in, and each take a seat. The elderly woman takes a seat with you, and she kind of joins in on the studies. To your not surprise, a lot of them actually don't know how to read. So,
How many seem interested, though?
like 4, 5.
Okay, I'd like to, as I'm teaching, just in my pocket, rub a thumb over my holy symbol to click on and just ask for luck in engaging these people and expanding their knowledge. Just a silent prayer. But yeah, that's me.
The sun opens up, and the gods smile upon you. It's
Oh,
supposed to be
God.
nighttime!
Flashbang! Ah!
That's
I think
a
that
different
means
god.
yes!
Alright, so you do that. One of your fellows goes up to this cloak, and they begin conversating and looking for books for children. They actually move to the child section, which is closer to the front.
I had a feeling it would be.
Yeah. So people can keep an eye on them.
You gotta watch the kids, man.
You
They
really
got
do.
brand
You
little
can't
hands.
fucking trust them. So they go to the front and begin looking. And Sufia and Talon, you two are beginning to take books. Yes?
Yes.
Or attempting to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the glass panels are currently just closed. They're more so just made for protection from the elements, basically. So they're easily opened. They do squeak a little bit, but now you have like a chorus of people trying to learn language, trying to read. So it's not much of a kerfuffle. So the glass panels open up. They kind of open from going towards you. Now, basically, each shelf has this glass panel that opens going up. Does this make any sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So they each open up easily. Each book is kind of connected via chain. It has like this protective book cover that has a loop with a chain built into it that goes and attaches to the shelf itself. Each of these chains do have locks so that they can be removed.
Okay.
So,
I guess I will use my Thieves Tools to unlock. I guess basically a general unlocking of all the books.
okay. They're all about, what did I tell you last time? Like 50 of these books? I think that's what I said last time, something like that. About 50 of these books. So if you want to individually lockpick each one, you could, but that's going to take you a lot of time.
Yeah. Especially, do I know that they're closing in 30 minutes or whatever?
You have keen smell, you don't have keen hearing.
No.
Make a perception check to see if you would have heard that. Going to be pretty difficult for you to actually have heard that, but and unless someone has asked from the previous time you were scouting it out, you wouldn't really know. 6.
Oh no.
No,
That's it.
no, you didn't hear her say it, and from my recollection, no one asked when they closed.
Well, I actually kind of want to be quick about this, so I would try to find the quickest way.
You gotta break those chains, dog.
Okay.
It's up to you. Break the chain, break the lock, just say fuck it and take the whole bookshelf with you. It's completely up to you.
They'll never expect the whole bookshelf to be gone.
They'll never see it coming.
How big is the bookshelf?
Too big for the book of holding.
Nah.
The bookshelf itself is it's about 6 feet tall. However long this is, pretty long actually.
Fuck.
About 15 feet long.
I'm gonna look over to Talon. Okay, Talon. Should we break the locks, or should we just rip them off?
Rip what off?
Rip them out of the case. Instead of just breaking the locks, you just pretty much yank the books out.
Whichever's faster.
I guess yank the books out. We could unlock them later. So I could use your assistance in yanking these out. How good is your strength?
Very.
Flexes.
Because I think out of character, I think you have a better strength than me.
You do have powerful build, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, you are in fact a fucking elephant. So.
Oh yeah, that is true. That does come into an effect.
I will say, just so you know,
Yeah.
this could potentially be very loud. Just throwing that out there.
Okay, what about breaking the locks? How loud would that be?
Probably not equally as loud, but pretty loud.
One of you guys, and I remember this earlier. One of you guys could cast Pass Without Trace. That could really be helpful right now. I think.
Olmec can, but he's keeping watch at the moment. If you were to somehow alert him that you need assistance in some manner with this, he might be able to help you out. But he don't know your situation unless you tell him. He's over there on the map. I know, but he doesn't.
He's gonna walk over. And kind of walks over and looks out and just whispers over to Olmec. We could really use your help.
Olmec nods and walks over. So quick question, DM. These chains on these books, is it all linked together? Or are the books individually chained? Like, how's this set up?
The chain is also a set of chains that are kind of built together. It kind of starts at the end, hooks onto a book, goes through these metal circles, because I can't think of a better word. That
Loops.
is attached. Loops, yes. Better, much better. That is connected to the shelf. Yet the chain goes through, and another set of chains connected to that one comes out, connects to another book, back through the loop, a different loop. There's a set of loops on the cabinet, and there's basically one chain that kind of breaks off into different chains that goes through. Basically, a mother chain and then baby chains that come off it that attach to more books.
Olmec glances at it, and he's gonna communicate to you telepathically. He's like, well, I can help make it stealthier, but if it's really, really loud, we might. I can't make any guarantees.
Well, I guess ripping it out then it won't be too risky. Then I guess we'll just have to break the lock.
He's like, you know what? Just go for it. Something bad happens, we've got ways to get out.
Okay. All right.
We could also just kill the librarians. Don't forget.
Okay. All right. Do what you need to do.
He's like, all right. So who's breaking the lock?
Guess I will. With
Or is it
or
whoever's?
because I have I guess this would be a athletics check or a strength check, which I have a +1 in.
Oh,
To rip basically the chain out, it'll be a strength check.
Okay. I have a +1 in strength.
I'm good at these.
You good? You good? Because
Yeah.
I will assist you.
All right.
But yeah.
I'm casting guidance whenever's doing the breakage, and then I'm casting Pass Without a Trace.
All right. Here we go. Let's play this motherfucker work.
So athletics or strength?
Strength. Just a straight up strength.
I'm debating on making it athletics. It's not really something that's. I don't know. It gets weird. It gets weird with skill checks and ability checks. We'll go with athletics.
Athletics. Yay. Do it.
Oh God.
That's 11.
I will.
Add a D4.
I will point out one thing. Pass without a trace and guidance are both concentration.
Oh, you're right. So I'd have to.
You have to choose.
I just had to do pass that trace. You wouldn't get the D4, my friend, because we'd be prioritizing stealth.
Yeah.
I can't change it after I've seen the roll.
So you'll be doing pass without trace and not guidance.
Oh, for sure, because that would have been what I was prioritizing.
Okay. In that case.
Oh God.
Let me actually read this a little bit. Silence radiates ring. Okay, silence radiates ring. Okay, so this would help. This would affect things.
It helps.
Yeah, like if you actively make like a lot of noise, which is what you're doing, it doesn't help to the best of its effect, but it would do something.
It makes it not as bad.
I kind of how do I want to do this? I will say make a stealth check at disadvantage. Because your strength check is just seeing if you can break it off. The stealth is going to be kind of how do I want to put this? The stealth is basically saying how quiet this is going to be, because this spell does. Like that's what it says. Silence radiates from you. It's basically giving you a +10 stealth.
We should be good. We should be good.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
But this is still very loud, so I'm going to give it a disadvantage. So yeah, so roll stealth with disadvantage. Add the +10. So 26.
26.
Yeah. So instead of doing this 50 times, roll it 4 more times. We'll take an average.
The athletics or the stealth?
Both. We'll do stealth first.
So stealth 3 times?
Yeah. Okay, so 26, 17, 21, 18. Pretty good.
Awesome.
Alright, so throughout your process of doing this, you do make noise, but it is thankfully drowned out by the class taking place. And the other cloak is distracted by this the fellow looking for books for his potentially made-up child. Who knows? So you managed to do it quietly. Now make me athletics checks, and we'll see how many you can actually get.
Would this be with help?
If you give help, it will.
I will give him help.
Okay.
I will give him help.
So they will be at advantage. And this will be how many you can get before basically closing time. So roll me 5 athletics checks, counting the one before. So roll me 4 more. Roll me 4 more athletics checks. First one was a fail, unfortunately.
All right, go for it.
27, 17, 19, 27. Okay, so
Yo.
that's a
Yo.
Let
Those were
me-
better rolls.
Let me actually look at the. Actually, look at this 1 minute. Okay. Alright, so as you begin to. As you are pulling out these books, yanking on this chain, you actually do bust the loop to the first row. The second row, you don't bust the loop, you actually yank the loop out, so now you have these books with the loops, and the shelf is basically destroyed. The next one, you manage to bust the loops out, break them, and the last shelf, you managed to bust all those loops out. So you actually do manage to get a majority of the books. The first shelf, you didn't manage to do. You rolled an 8 on both times, so those stayed in place. So you got about 30 out of the 50 books. 35. We'll say 35. You got 35 out of the 50 books. And either the bottom shelf or the top shelf were left behind, whichever one you want to choose. And as you finish up with that, at that point, the cloak with the fellows and you, Amal, begins to stand up. Well, it's been 30 minutes. I'm afraid as much fun as I've been having, we'll have to call it tonight. But please do come again tomorrow, and we can continue if it's next week or sometime. I'd love to do this again. It was very fun.
As they're doing that, we're shoving the books in the bag. Shove the books in the bag.
Yeah. I've been assuming you're like just tunneling in these books.
It's like a pit crew that's repairing a NASCAR. You know,
Only
somebody's
reverse.
removing parts and putting them away. But yeah, Amar will say, okay, of course, as soon as we can arrange a schedule. You know, it's hard to get 11 schedules all sorted together at the same time, but, you know, we'll try our best.
Oh yes, I'm fully aware. Not really. I don't get out much.
I'm gonna turn to the other two. It's like, okay, I think the best thing to do would be for us to now go ahead and try to sneak out. Do we want to do it all together, or do we want to do it at one at a time?
I'm not gonna look at you guys and be like, you guys go on ahead.
Okay. Then I am going to sneak out.
Okay. If you're going to try and sneak out, roll stealth.
Yeah.
Let's see how
I would
hard
originally
it is.
have disadvantage on this, but since the fact I am in my infiltrator armor and with my dampening field, I just have to roll a straight stealth check.
Yes.
You-
It would not last you with pass out trace without through the whole library.
Yeah. So
By the way.
at the beginning you'd have pass out trace, but at the end you'd leave and it would drop off. So
Okay.
just
So for the first half,
it'll be one row, so it'd be 14.
Not awful.
For this. Alright, you roll a 14. So for that, until you like break that 30 feet, you have a 24. And then after that, it goes down to a 14 as the shadows disappear and the shade and the silence and all of that goes away.
well, that's
So you begin to make your way out.
and then 14.
Uh,
The door.
one of the cloaks does kind of notice you and waves goodbye because they didn't know what the
Wait,
fuck happened.
goodbye back. I wave goodbye
and
back.
then they kind of go back to helping out this one of the fellows find various books, and this guy now has like a stack of books, like a good 30 books he's just holding in his hand, and he's still asking for more.
I imagine the reading class is leaving, and I'll just go up to my fellow and be like, goodness, are you going to start with all of those?
Oh, well, not for me, for the child.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
I think you're overdoing it, though. Maybe just
Think
this
so?
one.
Oh.
And Amar will take the third from the top of the pile and just be like, let's start small. You know,
Okay.
one book. That'll do.
You know what? You're probably right. She probably only wants one book for now. Yeah.
All right. Sorry for the. I know how he gets sometimes. You'll have to forgive him. New parent.
Oh yes, I get very carried away. She has she has 3 new carriages. I really didn't need that many.
All right. How much for renting this book, good sir?
Well, for that book, all of our rentals are goes a copper each.
Here you go, sir. It's on me.
Thank you.
All right, come along. I think the reading class is about wrapped up. We'll meet again, though.
Olmec motions for Talon to go along ahead of him.
You get the fuck out of here.
You stealthing or you just walking away?
He's just walking.
You just walking?
So, Olmec's gonna take that flask of oil that he's got. He's gonna pour all over this bookshelf here and the bookshelf behind him.
Mhm.
And he's just gonna step away from it. And as he's stepping away, he's gonna fucking light that shit with that candle he lit earlier.
Wait, you're lighting the
then just
bookshelves on
leave.
fire that still have like 20 worthwhile books?
Yep, I'm
Yeah.
lighting the entire library on fire.
What is... Okay, fine.
Fuck.
Yeah. So you douse this area in oil and that flask of oil and drop the candle.
Don't even look back.
The candle
Sophia's already gone. Sophia's are like
Just-
already.
lights, and this whole area just slowly begins to go up in flame. Actually, not very
Oh,
slowly. This is a very dry environment. It goes up
Yeah.
fairly quickly. But the
I
wood is
wait for everyone
cheated.
else to get out first.
The wood is cheated, so not as quickly as you would think. It's almost like they expect this kind of thing in the desert.
Okay, you know, I can't have this. This is a place of learning.
I would wait
Did
till you left.
Did you?
I wait
did you
till
wait
you
for him
left.
to leave or not?
Yeah, wait till everyone left.
If we're gone, we're gone.
Yeah. So you all leave. Amal stays behind.
And,
Lights the
and,
candle, walks out.
as I leave, I shout out, "For my kinsman!"
For
And
the forest!
You run out, and smoke billowing, just this thick black smoke just billowing, and the two inside look to it, go. They run out screaming.
God, there were kids in there.
There was, actually. They run out screaming. The kids run out screaming, coughing. And now there's like a sideshow outside of like people just waking up, looking in to see the library, smoke billowing out.
Well, thankfully, everyone else was gone but Olmec, so that's on him.
Buckethead.
Bucket.
It's on
Buckethead.
Buckethead.
Right, but morally, it's on Olmec.
I don't think he gives a fuck.
Yeah. I don't
doesn't
think
have
to.
Olmec No, I don't think it matters, honestly.
He doesn't have to care. I'm making note of it. I have learned.
And you
I don't
heard
know. Look,
because there's now 2 librarians and several children screaming about a fire in the small public library for this, downtrodden part of town.
Olmec just is vanishing off into the night. Should I kind of announced.
Yeah, you kind of announced
my
yourself,
brethren.
and now you're running
Now I
away.
look
So they
back-
know a weird person covered in metal with a bucket on his head did it. So
Nice.
if you do stealth, it'll be to try and make your way away, but it's not going to hide the fact that you did it.
I don't need to stealth to get away. Chase me, try it, motherfuckers.
Yeah, so you run away. People, no, see it.
You have been witnessed. Witness me.
Witness me!
I guess back to the
Eco-terrorism.
bar.
Yeah, where do you go?
Yeah, I'll
Everybody-
go back to the bar.
Bar.
Back to the bar.
We gotta sell our stolen goods.
Back to the bar.
You know, once I make sure I've lost all pursuit and no one's following me or anything like that, I'll
Get out of your
clean
disguise.
myself up, get out my disguise.
All right. Make a perception check.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's
Okay.
go, 22.
All right. You find like one of the alleyways. You look around to make sure no one's watching you or following you. Doesn't appear anyone is, and you take the bucket off your head, wipe off you wipe off yourself.
Yep.
And dress back up.
Oh, does
Dress
it?
back up.
Okay.
Put the hat back on. There you go.
All right. And you all make your way back to the Fanciful Raven.
All right, and then we're gonna meet with our fence.
We're gonna chill, and also we're gonna chill with the 11 dudes. Okay,
Hell yeah.
she's gonna go and Sufia is going to go and get a drink.
Okay. All right,
She's
so
getting a drink.
you go get your drink. The disgruntled halfling man still behind the counter pours you up a drink and hands it to you. On the copper.
Thank you. She hands him that one copper as thanks. I really need this. And she's going to sit down. And she's gonna pretty much unbutton the top of her shirt and just let her bosom just
Oh my.
breathe.
Granny.
She's gonna just sit there with 11 dudes just have her cleavage just exposed. She right now does not give a shit.
So, did you acquire the goods?
We got 35 out of the 50 books. We had a little difficulty with one of them.
Suboptimal, but it's a start. If you give me the goods, I can sell them.
Okay, I will hand him the 35 books.
With chain still attached, by the way, for most of them.
With the chain still attached.
Do you think we can remove the chains now that we have time?
Yes.
Good, splendid. We could also sell them.
It's like a clown pulling out the ribbons.
And,
Only it's
Oh,
books on
man.
the chain.
Olmec will be like, by the way, you should probably negotiate a slightly higher price for the books.
Well, of course.
They're more rare than they originally were some time ago.
That's ominous, but I'll get to that later.
They really are. There was no 2 copies of any of those books on that shelf.
And they're all believed to be destroyed.
Maybe. Lack of ashes and chains might change some people's idea of that, but yeah, sure.
And you never know.
All right, so eventually you go through unlocking each of the locks, getting the chains off of the books. In the mall, you take them and you go over to this half-elf gentleman who is now eating what looks like roasted chicken leg.
as they're doing that, Sufia's gonna pull out that bracelet. And she's going to slide it on her wrist.
Okay, it's a bit snug on your wrist, but still fits.
Does anything happen?
No.
It takes an hour to attune to something, so you wouldn't know right away no matter what.
Yeah. I guess if I attune to it, I'll find out what it is.
You better hope it's not cursed, though.
That is true. I don't believe a bag of holding takes an attunement slot. No.
No, it does not.
No,
it does
didn't
not.
think so. So currently you're using one of your attunement slots.
Yes.
Okay. And this item does in fact give me attunement. So if you would like to go ahead and do that, you can.
I would like to attune to it.
All right. As you all are sitting in this tavern, you begin to attune to the bracelet. Will take you an hour. So.
Mm-hmm.
Does that.
You're gonna sit there and drink.
Drink.
You're gonna look.
Titties
you're gonna
out.
look-
Channeling magic of the bracelet into yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Just regular
Living her best
Tuesday.
life.
Looking at the cultists to see what they're doing.
Kind of talking amongst themselves a little bit. Kind of sad that one of the only library and the some of a town was just set on fire, and that a lot of them are kind of feeling a little guilt-ridden about that.
These guys are terrible cultists. And I appreciate that.
Not all cultists have to be evil.
Of course not. It's just, you know, I imagine there's a sort of moral ambiguity
Ambiguity.
that goes to following a cult usually.
Most
do
cultists
they-
don't even know they're in a cult, so there's that.
Do they orate this? Do they say?
Oh yes,
This-
yes, they're
are they
talking
aware
amongst themselves.
So they already know that the library is burnt down.
Well,
Nice.
You came out yelling,
Oh, after
For my
everyone
people.
left.
and then they didn't travel that far. They got like out the window, out the door, and made their way
Oh, shit.
maybe like a couple of blocks down, and then
Oh.
then the two librarians ran out with kids yelling, "There's a fire!"
Damn
So-
it, now if I knew I was
Nice.
that close, I would have done something.
Well, Mac,
Well, I was planning for them to like walk further away for that before I did that. But
Well, if that's the case, they would have came to you directly and would have been like, "So it's time to close. Please leave." Which in that
I would've
case, I
done it
guess
in
you would have
front of
just threw the candle and then like been like that. So
I would have just. Yeah, I would have thrown it at them.
threw the candle at them.
Oh yeah. No,
Well,
not the candle. I would have lit the fucking oil. Oh
You would
shit!
have lit the
actually,
fire and look at them like
if
he's
it-
staring at God.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. I was just pouring it out. and
Either
been like,
way,
"Look,
either
you know
way.
about it. Set fire, turn a giant spider, eat them on my way out.
Either way,
Either
they
way.
are upset because the
They are not
community's
dead.
poor.
The library may or may not be burned down to the ground. No one really knows because you all did leave before that happened. But they know. They
Oh, you
know.
gotta be.
They know it's on fire.
They know in their heart.
They heard it. And they're sad about it.
Make it some funding. Then hope they have
Are they-
insurance.
Are they familiar with the fact that Olmec is Buckethead?
They saw you walk in, so yes.
Yes.
Afterwards,
No, when you came in here,
I was already
you were
dressed as
already
Buckethead.
Buckethead.
Yeah.
Yes, but who else is going to be Buckethead?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not
honestly, they're not very
rolling-
bright.
Who
I'm
else
not
is going to be
rolling in
Buckethead?
Warforged contacts.
Like,
That's
seriously?
it. I
You really
believe
think-
Olmec would attempt to play dead poker face. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. That was a totally different Warforged.
Oh, no, they're not talking to you about it. They're talking to each other about it. To them, you're still superior. So why the fuck would they talk to you about it?
You're the boss. The boss they hate, but the boss.
They may
Boss
form a
wanna-
union later and come after you, but after that, they still want dental. So
hmm Speaking of dental,
That dental better be fucking worth it.
speaking
Listen.
of dental,
all right.
yes.
Well, Show the goods.
All right.
Speaking of dental,
You pull
Action.
out the books
gone.
to the man. Oh, these are interesting.
Indeed, with some chains as well.
Looking to get rid of the chains too. Okay. Don't often do. Well, I do sometimes dealing chains.
That's what she said.
How much you looking for?
Well, combination of this material along with the rarity of these volumes, which I can attest to, I could easily sell this to a scholar in a foreign port for 350 gold.
All right. So you're looking for 350 for all of it?
Yes.
Or a persuasion check.
All right.
$20.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to read.
I mean, he might.
He might, but like,
This guy might.
man, screw you. Screw your literacy. I got an artificial 20.
Yeah. Look at
I can't-
these. He kind of takes some of the books, kind of looks them over. Before doing it, he actually puts on gloves. Like he pulls out a
Fancy
set of
roadhouse
gloves and puts
style.
them on. Not fancy looking gloves, but they you get the feeling he's not worried about dirtying the books. You get the feeling he's worried about leaving any trace of himself on these books.
Ah, yes, medieval fingerprints.
Magic exists.
I know, I kid.
Open up the books. They look old. They look old. Books ain't cheap. Looking for 350. I believe they're worth 350.
25 gold pieces according to the
But
GP.
Antique.
these are hot.
Yes, you would need
Judging
to sit
by
on them.
picks up the chains. Chains.
Nod.
I know some people who would like them though, so I could give you. I could give you 250 right now.
How about we meet in the middle? 3.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I get advantage for just pointing out? Can I just... Oh, wait, no. Can I use Bookpedia knowledge to just rant about how authentic these are?
Yeah.
Just fucking drone them to death?
It may or may not
It's
affect the
fine.
DC. It depends on what you say.
Hmm.
We'll
So-
just assume you rant out some book nonsense, unless you actually have something.
I do, actually.
Oh, okay. We'll proceed.
Now, I know you know some people that will take this immediately. However, this book, The Escape from the Golden Foot, is a first printing and is well, quite frankly, would sell for 3 times the price I've given you if you were to sell it in... Let me get the name of the place.
I love that this is actually
In
something
Zen.
you prepped out. Oh, okay.
Well, no, not Zen.
You're in
Luft.
Zen.
Yeah, Luft is what I... Due to cultural differences, it's actually a minor historical tome of great import by a writer that committed suicide, allegedly. So, yes, you could sell these locally and no doubt make your 250. However, if you held on to them, sold them each in Luft, you could make triple your money, and I think that's worth a solid 300 gold in my part.
Yeah, but that would require me traveling to Luft, which is quite the expenditure.
Well, that's true, I'm sure there are merchants who come to Zim from Luft, and a local from that area is heading back there anyway. So you could easily make 3 times the price that way. It may take a little more working around, networking, but you'd make money, and I'd make money, and everyone would leave happy.
All right, tell you what. You put me into contact with this person that you know who's going to Luft, and I'll do 300.
Let's take the 250.
That is tempting, but like, out of character, we have a week. We could find somebody from Luft.
True.
Could always just charm him.
I'll, do that thing where I tap my fingers against the table thinking. And I'll say, Now that seems like a lot of work for 50 gold, where you would make the lion's share. So how about 275 for the tip?
Tell me who it is, tell me where they are, and we'll do 275.
You're killing me here. I understand it's a cutthroat business, but we're new associates. Don't you want to build a trustworthy relationship? I've given you goods, I've given you a way to make 3 times the value of them, I just haven't given you a name or a person. Now,
and I have
for future
names and I have
business-
people, but I can't do it for 300 for those people. But if you know someone from Luft who will pay 300 gold for just one of these books, I'd greatly like to know their name, and I will pay you 300 gold for these books if you just tell me their name.
Their name's Sammy. No.
The library burned down.
Very well.
There were more.
250, and I will find a person from Luft in the future when I acquire Luft merchandise.
Sufia is going to sit. Does Sufia hear them talking discontently about what happened?
Oh no, he was being very quiet.
No, I mean the 11.
Oh, those guys. Yeah.
So,
She is going to sit in between them. Cleavage exposed.
Yeah.
Pretty much trying to give them something else to think about.
Man, I'm sad.
Isn't
about that
Sufia a
library.
grandma?
No, she's not old. She is not.
Oh.
She's not old at all. She just has bleached white hair.
Oh, okay.
so
Man,
All
our
Mac-
community really took a hit with that library burning down, but at the same time, elephant titties. I never thought about this before today.
Olmec is actually going to offer healthcare services for up to 7 of the members of the gang by casting Healing Spirit. And they just gotta step up, walk into the area. So, and what he does is he summons a giant spectral cannabis plant. And they just have to walk into the cannabis plant, and it reduces all the inflammation with the Fey CBD components of it, and heals them for 1d6 plus 6 damage.
Yeah, so you do that and you offer it to them. And the ones that are feeling a little bit more, sickly, a little bit more ill, proceed to go walk through it. None of them were damaged. None of them were actually injured, for the most part. So there's not really much
Well,
healing that goes up. But they're
that cramp,
they
that
do
sore neck.
Yeah, like they feel a little bit better, from just the strain of the day kind of being relieved from the healing magics that take hold, and they kind of go like, "Wow, that was that healthcare they were talking about. Yeah, it's really good. I like it." So now the kind of downtrodden, like our only library that we had burned down. the neighbor was really going to shit to, hey, but now we have healthcare. So now it's kind of like mixed in there.
Oh,
I know how to
man.
read anyway.
It really started with that street Molotov, but ever since the library burned down, oh my god, my knee feels better.
Are any of them ogling at the elephant titties?
A few of them are, yeah. Trying to discreetly, but yeah, it's a little obvious.
Respectfully.
They're humans, right?
Well, now that you can actually like get a good look at it, some of them are humans, some of them are actually half elf, but most of the majority is human.
She's gonna kind of smirk at them.
The old man is actually a dwarf.
The old man is actually a dwarf.
Wait, then that's nothing. That's like a little over middle-aged for a dwarf.
She's going to set her mug down.
Look,
And then
the mind isn't the same. He thinks he's 94.
Okay.
and just adjusts herself in front of them, and she just goes, "Bet you boys never seen a human or a half elf with titties like these."
Okay, damn, no chill. Okay.
She's like I said, after what happened today, she's just not giving a shit.
Well, there is actually Misty from the brothel down the street. Oh yeah, I like Misty. She's nice. Yeah.
And then the cultists had no game.
All right, so that happens.
I'm just gonna go along with this now. She is a little bit flirty whenever she's a little bit
Just
more
committed a
lax.
felony.
Well, not committed a felony, just
She gets
Which-
crime horny.
she might.
God, it's good to be a robot.
You know, you learn something new about yourself every day. I just learned I get crime horny. It's weird.
Well, she gonna grab one. She gonna grab one of them and just smush.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, just take one of them and just like, here, have a closer look. Just shove that head around.
He holds her thumbs up. Okay.
I hope we don't get banned.
That's okay. So so you offered $250 and you'll give him a name.
$250. Give me time. I'll come up with a name.
All right.
Yeah, it'll only take you 5 minutes.
No, I'm gonna actually. I have a week. I'll just look for somebody.
All right.
Out of player,
$250.
out of player. Just say out of player. Just kidding, out of player.
Okay.
He kind of reaches over, pulls out a sack, pulls out several more, arranges them up. $250. Shoves it.
I'm gonna take time to count it all out in front of him.
Alright, he gives you he gives you 5 satchels, each one is filled with 50 gold.
Mm-hmm. And it looks authentic.
Make a investigation check. $12.
Damn. I don't know, mints.
You look at it. You look at the mint. It looks Zimian. You bite it. It dents a little bit. It seems to be gold.
All right. Well, pleasure doing business.
Pleasure. And he begins stacking up the books. Didn't think about what a pith is. Just kind of sits them next to him, takes the chains and
Your problem now.
You did that.
Oh.
I just imagine Mickey Mouse doing that now. It's your problem. No.
Uh-huh. Listen, Goofy, you better have my money.
But I have my money, Goofy.
So Olmec is going to telepathically message Amar and be like, so, I assume you sold the books now. Now if they're in the position of this individual, shall we go to the watch and tell them we found the person that set the library on fire and direct him to that individual and collect some reward money?
No.
Olmec shrugs.
Olmec, you need to stop lighting things on fire.
Olmec's like, well, consider. These were the stolen corpses of my brothers and sisters.
Yes,
We don't
they're just
display
bodies.
for you fleshlings to gawk at, as if they were some sort of entertainment.
Well, we already
So?
do that. It's called a graveyard and a mausoleum.
Do I hear
Olmec
this?
shrugs. What's that?
Do I hear this? Can I make a perception?
You hear him. You don't hear me.
I mean, if I hear Olmec, I'm just gonna go out and say,
Olmec's doing all this telepathically.
You
Oh.
don't hear Olmec.
Amar is speaking verbally.
Broken telephone. You only hear half the conversation.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna yell over and say, well, what's he talking about now?
You seem occupied. We'll talk about it the morning after.
Okay, come here, you.
Well, in the meantime, Olmec, I
Anyway.
believe sharing is in order. Although it does look like people are enjoying festivities, so maybe the morning we will just split the pay.
Olmec shrugs.
So expressive, Olmec. So expressive.
He's like, well, my face doesn't move that much, so
Oh, I
I can
understand.
only do so many things.
I understand. I'm a bully and a tease.
I wish I could smile.
I wish I could
frown.
cry. All right. Well, I am going to find a corner to read. You should celebrate in a way that does not cause damage to property.
Olmec's like, yeah, sure. He's not particularly phased. He is, however, getting the fuck away from whatever's going on over here with the elephant lady.
What? It's an elephant lady
You-
and 11 dudes. It's the #1 video.
Yeah.
He don't want any part of that. So he's just gonna stand by the bar. And literally stand.
What you doing, Will?
The fireplace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Currently lit as the night takes hold, and it's actually fairly cold as opposed to the daylight heat. So the fire is currently going. No firewood. It's actually using coil.
Yeah, he just saw that and just decided to vibe out. Just sit by the fire.
Vibe out away from that, from something that's
We're not shaming her. We're just making it clear none of us want a part of it.
I think she's very well aware. She's just, in a sense, it's she's using it. Well, I mean, she is a bit flirty and all that, but she's also making it like a strategy to keep their minds off of what just happened.
I mean, yes, there is something to be said about morale building.
Mission success, yeah. I thought it was great. All objectives accomplished. Nothing went wrong. It was perfect. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Now you get up titties. Oh, good.
All right. So, the night slowly comes to an end. Your compatriots begin to trickle out one at a time.
Well, the ones that aren't occupied.
Yeah, yeah. The ones that aren't occupied and can manage to squirm away. All right. You all, do you bed down for the night here, or do you go somewhere else?
I'll stay here.
Well, Sufia's gonna stay here.
Okay. Elf titties are second best titties. You know what? Fair
Stay
enough.
here with anyone else.
Omex just standing there by the bar.
All right. Night ends. You all go somewhere to rest. And oh, actually, there is one thing. You do actually attune to your item throughout the whole shoving faces and titties. So let me see here. That is. Yes, it is a bracelet of rock magic. So while you're wearing this this bracelet, it grants you immunity to being petrified and allows you to cast Flesh to Stone with its own spell save DC, which is 15.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Once
That
it
is
has
very
been
powerful.
cast 3 times, it can no longer be cast again. Thereafter, you can cast Stone Shape and replace. And after you've done that 3 times, the magic is dissipated and, well, don't really know if you would know what would happen after that.
Never mind.
That's a lot to take in. So
Why was this in a library?
yeah, why was this in a library?
Well, we'll never know.
That's fine. So what was it called? A bracelet of rock magic?
Yes, I think that's right. Yes.
Mm.
There wouldn't happen to have been any stone statues in the library, would there?
No, there was no stone statues. There were, in that one case that you were looking at, there was actually like a suit of armor and stuff like that that accompanied the bracelet, but no stone statues.
Guess I'll have to wait to get the full description from you, or
Well, I don't. Does a tuning give you a full description?
Unless it's
actually.
cursed. Although,
I mean,
if
just
the curse
just-
says something like, I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
unattune to it, you should tell the player that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess attuning it would.
I don't really know the full. I really don't like attunement as a concept. I'll be perfectly honest with you.
Mhm.
Let's see here. Attunement.
What were you asking?
This bond is called attunement. So without becoming attuned to an item that causes attunement, the creature gets only its non-magical benefits. To attune an item that causes the creature's benefits. creature gains an intuitive understanding of how to activate any magical properties, including any necessary command rules. Okay, it says you... One thing I can really get from all that is that you gain an intuitive understanding of how to activate any magical properties, including any necessary command rules, which you can kind of just delve into that as much as you want. But the really, just from that reading, the only thing you really get out of it is if it has a command word and how to activate it. Unless those more and that quick reference that I found wasn't the full thing.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. Like, can I get that quick reference at like writing or whatever, or sent to me like in my DM?
Yeah, I can send it to you.
Okay, yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Sweet, first found magical item.
It's con effect
Yeah.
trigger. Depends on the DM. Alright, so you have that. The morning rises. You all wake up from your slumber. Many of your fellows have left. There's one left in the chair in a drunken stupor. Kind of looks like he passed out.
Oh, poor fellow.
Alright. And, yeah, so it is late for a few of you. And this is the time you said that we needed to end, like at 11.
Well, just I can't go past another hour. It's usually it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to do one bit of housekeeping.
Oh, go for it.
Basically, before people are leaving, I just make sure they each get another gold coin.
Yeah, they gladly take it.
It's like, hey, work done.
Oh, we got disconnected.
Oh, we did?
Did we? Hello? Can you hear me?
I did.
From the
from the
campaign.
server?
Yeah.
Really? I don't get them. I'm not.
Oh, I'm still up.
Yeah, I didn't
I'm
get
still
that.
on.
It might have disconnected you, and it hasn't given me a message because it doesn't. Yeah. It didn't kick you, but you disconnected.
Yeah.
I'll boot you, kick you out, and you can log back in real quick. We're finishing up just after this, so really the only thing you need to do is just save your token in case something changed.
Right.
Yeah, but you should be able to log back in now.
Um,
Yeah, so you give them all a gold coin. They take it. They thank you.
Oh, and I'll just make sure they know that they can come back here in the evenings if they want to learn how to read in the downtime.
Most of them just kind of give you like a, yeah, sure, yeah. But, a few of them, about 5 of them kind of, seem to be actually, possibly take you up on that offer.
All right. Yeah.
And actually, as you were doing that, a lot of them are pretty drunk at this stage.
I
one of them
imagine.
just kind of offshootedly says, "Yeah, I wish Johnny could have been here. He left early.
What happened?
Oh, he went to that thing at the temple. He decided to go a week early.
A whole week early? Why?
I don't know. He doesn't like to be late to things.
It's a bit extreme, though.
It is. He always shows up to the meetings early. Usually 3 hours ahead. It's kind of annoying.
Well, I'll be sure to keep a coin for him.
It's good. He
Yeah,
usually makes
but,
tea when he gets there, though, so that's cool.
Yeah. Is this one of the 2 that we're going to the temple in the week?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know, I've been meaning to. I'm so disorganized lately. I wrote down how to get to the temple somewhere, but I lost the sheet of paper. Do you know how to get there?
Oh, yeah. It's. Excuse me. It's 15 miles out, going east. It's a small little thing. You can't miss it. It's, it's the marbled one with, the hand in the middle.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Pat, pat.
As
Go.
out in the shop. And then in the morning, that's the one that you find.
Oh, he's still here. All right, cool.
Yeah, in the morning, that's the one you find. Sure, why not?
Are we all together now?
Yeah, sure. Morning after. All right, everyone. Hello?
Does anybody notice anything different?
Do you mean the fact we have one less fellow?
Well, not only that, but you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and show him. I lift up my arm and show him the bracelet.
Oh, you got new jewelry. Congratulations.
Yeah. It's magical. Apparently,
Ooh,
what
neat.
from what I was looking at, this is something from the Earth plane.
Well, that does make sense. We are in Zem.
This was
But-
in the library.
That's a bit curious. Maybe it has historical value.
Yeah. I guess so. I mean, I was just checking to see if there was any, magical traps or any like magical alarms, but this set off my curiosity, to say the least.
Yes, and hold on.
Hey,
Generic compliment. And it really brings out your eyes.
I lift up my goggles, and it's like, oh, you really think so?
Checks a note. Yes.
Well, it does certainly have some magic properties to it. I'm guessing something Earth-based.
Interesting. Well, we can look into this. However, to know all the nooks and crannies of an item would require ingredients that would take a large chunk of what we just earned.
Yeah.
Speaking of, it's time to split the money. So, I only managed to get 250 because we didn't have the whole set. So, I think 50 for each of us?
For each of us, and I saw you give them a
Yes,
gold.
that'll come out of my share.
Would there not be 40 coins left?
There were 11, so 50 minus 11 is 39. So I will have 39 coins. And the rest of you will get 50. Fair is fair.
Then what about the other 50?
Hell,
So
if I've done the math incorrectly. Ooh, hold
I
on.
believe you have.
Damn,
believe-
most likely. Oh yeah, because there's only 4 of us. God damn it.
Oh,
Calculator
you're
time.
dividing it by 5?
I was.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah, I was for some reason. Okay.
Because usually there's 5.
I said all of us get 50. We give the 11 out of the last 50 to our constituents, and I guess we could split up the rest.
If we do it by just the 4 of us at base, at 62 gold and 5 silver. So we could do it that way, and I can just subtract 11 from my 62.
Okay.
Why not just divide the amount after paying out our assistants by 4?
Well,
I see
because
no reason that you should shoulder the entirety of their salary.
Well, I mean, this was my idea and endeavor, and you all are supporting me in it. It just felt fair for me to take the brunt of it.
Olmec shrugs and goes, I just wanted to burn down the library.
I think that is, quite honestly, the worst thing you could possibly say to my face.
Olmec shrugs.
Makes a note. Well, I'll insist. I'll take the burden of this one. If you want, we can do it next time like that, but my idea, my endeavor. I won't sneeze at 11 coins being gone. I really don't care for money.
That works for me.
Olmec's like, whatever is your preference.
Say what?
He said, whatever is your preference.
And done. So housekeeping's done. Woo.
That's 62.5 gold we're adding?
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Okay.
Yeah, 62 gold and 5 silver.
All right. So, what do you plan to do? That way I know what to prepare for next week.
I will tell them what I discovered so we know the location and the time of the meeting, and also the most likely a fact that because somebody went there early, they will now be aware of people pretending to be the new leaders.
So Olmec will suggest that we find anyone who has been to the temple or knows where it is. I'm not sure if this guy at this table knows exactly where it is. Oh yeah, we talked to that guy.
Yeah, we know where it is.
We know where it is.
Yeah.
Why don't we just go there and fucking take over the cult?
Well, we're gonna have to, because if we don't, our cover's gonna be blown considering somebody went early.
So we just kill him. Let's go.
Okay, let's not solve all of our problems with murder.
As a matter of fact, to be fair, we are 3 sessions in and we have not killed a single person that had a single combat encounter.
I mean, we may have killed people at the library.
Olmec may have killed some people, maybe.
To be fair, this Johnny person only knows of the 3 of you. He's definitely completely unaware of my existence.
So you'll be fine.
Oh, honestly, I'll be fine. You 3, on the other hand.
Yeah. So that's what we should probably go to the temple.
Yes.
As much as I'd love to do more tutoring lessons.
Well, you probably might want to let your students know.
All right, so we'll wait a day. I'll give some lessons and then let them know I have to take care of some business.
So we'll sneak in to the temple, perhaps, past that, at least try sneaking it past that trace and just get in there. You think of catch them by surprise and.
Well, I mean, or just take them to our employer at the other temple. You know, hidden. Bounty hunting.
I'll bust out some giant spider or something.
But so, right,
Folks. A giant spider. We're gonna ride a giant spider.
I can turn into a giant spider.
We will travel by giant spider.
Exclusively.
I can also transform into a fucking moorbounder and go hella fast.
All right, so I think it's all agreed. We'll wait one day in the city and then head out to the temple.
Yeah. Do we want to get any supplies or anything before then?
Well, we'll have the one day in the city to do that, so.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So,
Got to think of them.
all right. In that case, yeah. So it is currently the morning, and that is where we will pick up next time, with you all kind of finalizing your plan on what to get before you make your way to this temple to find out if there's really even a cult. Who knows?
They're just a fucking pyramid scheme.
Yeah, it's just a pyramid scheme made by one billionaire selling NFTs.
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
We're just gonna fight Jeff Bezos. You heard it here last, folks.
All right, so that is where we will pick it up next week. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for playing, and yeah, I hope you all enjoyed.
I hope Olmec's nonsense didn't throw you off for too much of a loop.
It's just literally sacrilege to my character, so we'll see how that goes.
See, the funny thing is, it's the existence of the library itself is sacrilege to my character. So
All
they
right,
just
well,
keep odds at.
Cue the Metal Gear Rising soundtrack when we have our 1v1 at the end.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll keep
You-
it.
you
I'll
realize
double check
burn
to see
the
if it's not DMCA'd.
Okay, I was. You don't literally have to play it, but it's going to be in my head and my soundtrack when we're fighting.
Oh no, it's a very good soundtrack.
Like
Yeah.
what is it?
Standing here, I realize.
I just
Yeah.
listened to that earlier today, so it's on par. All right, so yeah, that's where we'll pick up next week.
All right.
Yeah, save your tokens just in case you never know, and log out.
Who knows? Perhaps you could maybe attempt to change Olmec's perspective.
Who knows?
Tried that
Maybe-
with logic about graveyards, but it didn't work.
Didn't work. I tried teaching them about graveyards.
destroyed his people, so or burned their bodies, so yeah.
Yeah, he gave him a proper burial, or a proper send-off, I guess you could say. Not really so much a burial, but a proper cremation.
All right. On that note, I'll be off. See y'all later.
Yes. So thank you all again so much for playing. It is a pleasure.
Yeah. I'll be waiting for that description in the DMs.
Yeah, I'll send that to you in a little bit.
Okay.
No, see you all next week. And I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, remember to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that little bell to be notified when I post again. And if you aren't doing this already, check me out on Twitch, Dungeons with Shepherd, link in the description below. I'll see you all next time.